There's a remarkable resilience here. There's amazing values and different cultures across all of West Marin, among all communities. Drawing that out and recognizing that is really part of our job as a community foundation. It's like bringing forth the potential.
West Marin is one of the most beautiful places in the world, and that is what most of us see. But what we don't see is the large amount of need that's out here.
To me, the biggest reality was realizing how many undocumented folks are out here and how underserved they are and their living conditions. Just thinking about it makes me tear up. It's not fair.
We are a group of 11 isolated rural communities.
We're unincorporated, so we get very limited government resources. The nonprofits sort of bridge that gap. We have amazing food here, but there are many families who are really struggling. There are also many isolated seniors, but they're not really seen. How do we expose those realities without shaming the people who face those realities? A lot of our work is to listen and to hear, both from our nonprofit partners, but also from people in the communities.
When COVID-19 hit this community, West Marin Fund rose to the occasion immediately.
Within a week, we'd formulated and set up our COVID-19 Community Response Fund.
They saw the need, and they were there. They wanted to make sure that our students, our families, they were taken care of.
Everybody was so open-hearted and so willing to hear one another.
Yeah. In moments where we were supposed to be so distanced
Right,
from one
that's
another.
true.
Like we came together like it's
Yeah.
never been seen before.
The pandemic really exposed what the purpose of a community foundation is, which is essentially a safety net for the safety net providers.
I'm proud, actually, of what we all did together to respond to COVID-19 and to get resources urgently to where they were needed, but then also to take the long-term view and to say, this isn't going to go away in 3 months. And here we are, back again. It's not resolved, and it won't be for a long time.
There has been a real emphasis on convening and bringing the right people together to create change and get outcomes. And before the pandemic and before George Floyd, it was important, but now it's critical. And they've laid the groundwork with those relationships so that that work can go forward.
We have a lot of the same problems out here in West Marin that afflict the rest of the world. Climate change, lack of housing, food insecurity, income inequality, a lack of internet infrastructure. These are all long-term structural problems that I see West Marin Fund either starting to deal with now or dealing with over the coming decades. And that's why West Marin Fund's work is only going to become more important as time goes on.
What kind of future are your children going to face if you stay in West Marin? That's a big concern of the foundation, right?
The West Marin Fund is educating the nonprofits to make them more efficient, and then they're educating the community on how much we need these nonprofits and what they really accomplish.
And they provide for donors the security that they're paying attention to what the nonprofits need and what they're actually doing. And they'll take care of it going to the right place.
I think West Marin Fund is pretty unique in that we really take a holistic approach. We need to know what's happening in each of the communities. We need to know what's happening with the nonprofits. We need to know what's happening with families or on the ranches or in the park. But we also need to see how all of that fits together. Being informed and doing the analysis and then sharing that information with others so others can see this is happening here and that's happening there, and how about we connect this. That kind of conversation is incredibly important.
They have learned in 10 years how to do it better than most other people, actually. Certainly better than most other community foundations that I've observed.
We started with no money and a board of about 8 people. And I feel like 10 years out, we really have created this model rural community foundation, and it's just thrilling.
In the last 10 years, we've given out over $4 million in grants to nearly 150 organizations.
This is one organization that cares about and supports all of the nonprofits in our community, and that's why I admire them and support them.
We face a pretty terrifying future. What we have to do is find where the hope is and find what is it that we care about and love, and what is it that we want to do together. We cannot do this on our own. It's like, this is all of us doing this together. This is our community foundation. We'd love everyone to participate. We'd love you to participate. We invite you. Everyone is welcome. And together, let's address the challenges of the next 10 years.